Hi there. Yesterday at the farmer's market at the dollar bin, I got a little cantaloupe. It's not very big, so if I cut it in half, eat it, and scrape off the rest until it's fairly close to the skin. So essentially I have a half dome that I can potentially light it from the bottom, okay? And then on the top, all I gotta do is to cut a little opening to put the hummingbird feeder into it. So I think this will be a very, very good setup for using the underlight, the flash that's underneath the this setup. So what we want is to have this cantaloupe to glow from the inside rather than being lit from the outside. So we'll see if we can achieve that. All right, so I had half a cantaloupe for breakfast. Then I scrape off pretty well on one side because there really is a very, very good side to this cantaloupe. The other side is not as good, so I didn't scrape the other side. Cut an opening on top, and I'm gonna just drop the hummingbird feeder in. So what I'm gonna do is, this is the bottom light, and I'm gonna put a plastic cup, from a takeout box on top, and put the cantaloupe on top, and that will be my setup. And we'll see what I can produce. So this is today's open window hummingbird studio setup, and we're gonna zoom in and see if ooh, guess what? All right, I want to share with you a few photos about the setup. So here's the ambient. This is without flash at all. Again, this half cantaloupe with a hummingbird feeder is sitting on a, just a plastic cover and sitting on top of a cut up dough peach plastic container, and inside I have the flash. So this is what the flash turned on. You can see like this entire half cantaloupe is lit from the inside. And then this is a process photo, and this is basically what's shot. Okay, so this is in camera. You can see the cantaloupe, in my opinion, is lit pretty nicely. Has good details that I can post-process. But the hummingbird is definitely underexposed. But if I zoom in, you'll see there's a lot of clarity in this. So what I did with the previous photo, with this photo, is, so this is before the crop. This is the photo taken. If I go, this is without any processing. Okay, this is as photo taken within in the camera, and this is after the post processing in Lightroom only. Okay, I actually don't know how to use Photoshop very well. So let me share with you the settings that I use. Okay, so I use curve to really pump up. So if I don't use curve, that's what I'm getting. So I pump this up. Okay. Then I actually lower the exposure because, okay, so this is what's from an exposure standpoint. So if I bring this up so the hummingbird is clear, like this, for example, but then the cantaloupe is too bright. Okay? So I actually lower the exposure a little bit. I need to turn on the shadow pretty well, to brighten it probably to 80%, 70 to 80%, something like that. Okay. I always make the black darker because I like these contrasts. Okay. And turn the white a little bit, high too. And then what I did was actually come to the color mixer, because the cantaloupe is overwhelmingly yellow, right? So if I select the yellow color and turn the luminance, which is the brightness basically, all the way down, see how the huge difference that makes. Okay. So essentially right now, without the yellow luminance turned down, there's a lot of competing elements, right? The cantaloupe to me is too bright. The feeder is too yellow, too bright as well. So I want to create this almost like an illusion where this hummingbird is actually lit by this entire cantaloupe, which is true, okay, to a certain degree. And then I can play with other colors to make it more yellow or a little bit more greenish. Okay, so I like this green a little bit. So you see the green part within this cantaloupe. Okay, so if I turn the yellow down towards that, see the green show up. So if I, this is extreme, right? Very interesting how we can play with color and make the photo even more, a little bit more dynamic. So this is the process photo for this little guy. So if I copy the setting from this photo to the next, okay, so this is the other photo that I haven't got processed yet. So if I just do a copy and the paste, and I do my cropping, for example, like this, and all of a sudden we have another photo. And this one I'll probably turn down the yeah, there we go, probably turn down the shadows, not so bright. So this one is another example. This photo is shot at 250th of a second under, just very, very bright morning sun, highly directional. So you see the wing blur, right, which I really, really like. Yeah. So these are the two photos that out of about 40, 50 that I took within a 50-second time frame, basically. That was Chaser's visit this morning, 50 seconds. Cool. And I'll show the rest of the process photo. Thank you for watching.